Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. Able to fight through one tackle. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And a movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. A shotgun snap for Newton. Flush to his right. And some space here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. So an instance there of Cam.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
On first down, Newton sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And they'll run it here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. From the gun, here's Newton. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to launch this thing way down. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. In for the score. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. And the QB rating right now, sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass. Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the number one. Yep, that's the right. That's the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Over.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. Good move by Duke. There goes Duke Johnson. 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go play action here on 1st down. Space to maneuver at the 40. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the 50, Newton. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Off play action. Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Larry Ogunjobi in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Out of the gun, Newton. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Newton now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Newton. And his throw here is incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Cam Newton now with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. Point, and that makes the score 14-7. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
A first down throw from Mayfield. Forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson, only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On third down, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. This is taken at the 23. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. A first scoring update now from Carolina. The Dolphins have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. He'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. On 1st and 10, Newton. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Now Newton. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Casey Hayward makes the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Mayfield. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
This is taken around the 12. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out come the Chargers. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Now Gordon on 1st down, spinning past him. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Here we go.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Newton. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. On now, Kaiser, the punter, sending it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. 1 minute, 53 ticks left to go in this first half. More from Cleveland after this.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Underneath for Johnson. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now second and 7 from the 23.
Lucky 56. Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Mayfield now on second down. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there's going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but I think a Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Mayfield with it once more. He rifles one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action. It's Newton. And right side, Henry's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Gun. Green.
From the gun, Newton. Flushed it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Here's Drew Kaiser now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So we have reached halftime, intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On the ground, this is Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Third and long for Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first.
I think this guy has a connection.